You are stardust. Hi kids, let's gather around the campfire. Wow, look at the millions of stars in the sky. Did you know that you are stardust? You came from the stars. Here's the kicker. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Your true nature is kindness. Your true nature is love and compassion. This story begins a long time ago. In fact, millions of years ago. Imagine there was a planet much like Earth. They went through the same craziness that man has gone through. War was rampant throughout the land. Quite frankly, people were good, but the leaders, not so good. They were only interested in power and greed. Yet, your true nature is kindness. Life is like a grand hide-and-seek game. In order for the civilization to truly mature, they must discover the diamond inside. Only by discovering kindness inside will you truly be kind in your life. You can be highly advanced in technology, but if you don't get along with others, you're missing the point in life. Did you know that it takes around 1,000,000 years for an entire civilization to go from darkness to light? That's a long time. Yet in the end, heaven truly comes to earth. Imagine a world where everyone gets along with each other. Imagine being in school and there are no bullies. Nobody will ever pick on you or call you names. This is gone from the culture a long time ago. You see, the kids and adults could literally see the web of all life tying us all together. This web is true love. They had an interesting way to teach one another. They didn't have desks all lined up in rows. The teacher was teaching ahead of the classroom. They taught in nature under a huge tree. There's a huge circle where the kids would sit around. The teacher would slowly teach and walk around the circle. Each day, the kids would move to a different part of the circle, so they would sit beside someone different. This helped prevent cliques. The children loved to learn. They were highly advanced. Can you imagine that every kid knew he was the universe and knew it from experience? She was the sun, moon, and stars walking around in a human body. How would you like to create rainbows in the sky using your hands? Not only that, but each rainbow played an incredible melody. Groups of children would have an orchestra in the sky. We never heard such sweet melodies. It's like the universe itself was playing music. In fact, it was. The kids were in tune with the universe. Beethoven would have loved it. Each one of the kids was incredible conductors. Imagine a world where there's no crime, there's no poverty, no lack of food, no illness. You see, once the civilization understands and experiences the laws of the universe, all these problems can be solved. Yes, it takes around 1,000,000 years. Unfortunately, some worlds don't make it. They have a tendency to blow themselves up. You see, we have free will. You can change for the better, or you can destroy yourself. Quite frankly, those are the two options. There is a point where each person decides. Imagine at a certain point your world starts to change dramatically. Slowly, you begin to look transparent, much like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You start to be more multidimensional in nature. You are no longer physical. You have become pure energy in nature. Now the fun comes. Imagine going anywhere in the universe in less than a second. How's that for a cosmic ride? Talk about a roller coaster ride. You and your friends can go anywhere in less than a second. Imagine the entire knowledge of the universe is inside. What does that mean? It means as a kid, you're extremely wise. You are not limited. You don't have to learn your ABCs. You have a PhD from the universe. You are wise beyond belief. This is your true nature. You are wise and kind. You have learned that without kindness, you never can be wise. Nature only gives her secrets when you are kind. Nature is not a bully or mock one another. Here's the kicker. You still are an individual, yet at the same time, you are one with the universe. Now, that's a paradox. Imagine a cosmic soup. It has many different ingredients, yet you can't take out a certain ingredient. We are talking about quantum energy. Boy, Einstein would have loved this. Imagine in his mind, he created those theories. How would it be if he had the capability to imagine them in his mind at the same time, practically becoming the experiment? Imagine E equals mc squared. He can go from mass to pure energy and back to mass again. Now, that would be exciting. Inside of you lies the laboratory of life. Imagine all sorts of incredible inventions would be developed. When a civilization lines itself with the universe, all sorts of incredible inventions will happen. You see, nature will trust you. In our present day world, we let the genie out of the bottle. We create nuclear bombs. Now we have a threat that we can destroy the entire world. We don't know how to put the genie back inside the bottle. The only way out of this creation is to find the jewel inside. It's been there the entire time. Remember, you are a piece of the puzzle. Brotherhood, sisterhood of light. No, this is where the story gets exciting. Imagine the universe has a universal order where beings can help one another to go through the transition from darkness to light. They can't walk for you, but they can be incredible coaches along the way. This group has existed for eternity. We think our civilization is old, around 50,000 years, but they've been around for trillions of years. We can't even conceive how long they've been around. Yet this group helps worlds that are in need. They help those who have a desire to have a peaceful world in the end. Isn't it amazing that ancient cultures all around the world said they came from the stars? Many of them said they came from the star cluster Pleiades. In fact, the famous car manufacturer Subaru means seven sisters, which is the name of the Pleiades. Her logo has stars, which represents the Pleiades. The Mayans also believe that their origins came from the Pleiades. The Mayans had a complete system of unique calendars which lasted up to 32,000 years ago. Even back then, they knew that the earth wasn't flat, it was round. It wasn't until the 1400s that Western man believed the world was not flat. The Lemurians were an ancient culture that was around for over 50,000 years. The ancient Hawaiians believed that the Pleiades came down and taught them for thousands of years. They came to help mankind to ultimately go from darkness to light. The seeds were planted thousands of years ago. Today, the beginnings of the harvest are taking place. Man is waking up from their slumber. As the story goes, each world helps the other world out in its incredible journey. The people of the Pleiades look like us, yet at the same time, they are the universe. We have a hard time understanding that fact or even believing in that. Remember, you are the universe. You just don't know it. Remember, these wise beings can go anywhere in the universe in less than a second. We send satellites in the sky as they go up to 55,000 miles per hour. Our technology is kindergarten compared to them. These are some advanced worlds that have been around for trillions of years. We are literally new kids on the block. Imagine that your DNA contains the entire history of the universe. We think the internet is incredible. How about the encyclopedia of the entire universe is at your fingertips? This is the journey called life. Such a journey from darkness to light. Signposts of God is all around. We just need the eyes to see. Yes, it takes time. What would be a journey if you took one small step and said, I understand completely this journey of life. You haven't even walked out of your living room, much less driving out of your driveway. This story is mostly for the kids. You have come down to help clean up the mess. You know deep down inside that kindness is the way. The time of being a bully is over for mankind. We need to cooperate with one another. We need to have tolerance towards one another. We need to stop bickering and fighting. We need to listen to each other. We need to discover the jewel inside of us. All the knowledge to solve any problems lie inside of us. Any problem has a solution. Remember, you came from the stars. Carl Sagan once said the following: the nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our apple pie were made in the interiors of collapsing stars. We are made of star stuff. Isn't that incredible? How would you like to know your true essence while you're alive? When you die, you go back to the source of life. Can you imagine that the modern day scientist is talking about the same thing the ancients knew about millions of years ago? Could there be a world within worlds? Yet do we have the eyes to see? In Sedona, Arizona lies Bell Rock. You can find seashells on the ground. What if I told you if your eyes were truly open, there's a vast sea of dolphins and whales swimming all around? Maybe heaven is all around us, but is it another dimension? Signposts are all around. Can you imagine signposts all around? But do we have eyes to see? Nature is alive and communicating with each other. But we have cell phones in our hands. Magic is all around us, but we can't see it. Imagine the mysteries of life are all around us, but we don't see them. This is the journey of walking from darkness to light. We think we have all the answers, yet we are living in darkness. If we think we are living in the light, then why have we been fighting for thousands of years? Why do we have guns and violence? Why do we have 45 billionaires who have more money than half the population? This is a journey we are walking on. Kids, you have a say in this matter. The torch someday will be passed to you. Someday you will lead the way. Take a look at the sun in the sky. It just shines. It has nothing to prove. Its rays keep the entire earth alive. Now, that's true magic. It's not a sleight of hand. It's not some magic tricks that appear real, but it's not. It's the real deal. Every step you take over time, you can start to see the signposts all around. You begin to see the majesty of the geese and ducks flying in the air. You will love to hear the geese honking in the sky. It will bring a chill down your back. You'll begin to learn to sit on a park bench and totally take in the beauty that surrounds you. You can close your eyes and tap into the nature. Nature is alive. How about not getting bored? You don't need to have your cell phone with you 24 hours a day. Yes, you can still have your cell phone, but it will be different. Imagine looking into your friend's eyes and seeing yourself. Whoever you may encounter, you see a reflection of yourself. How can you harm anyone in that state? There will be no more flaming posts on the internet. No more bullying. No more sexual harassment. This would be a thing of the past. How about no more school shootings? No more wars? No more guns and violence? No more crime? If you think this can't happen, then think again. Your civilization is only 50,000 years old. There are worlds out there that have existed before the universe was born. They had to take small baby steps along the way. Ultimately, some succeeded, and they could go out and help others on this journey of life. Help is on the way, yet you have to ask for it. You see, you have free will. That's the law of the universe. The universe is playing a hide-and-seek game with you. This is the game of life. This is the greatest game ever played. It will go on for eternity. So you are a piece of the puzzle. Your piece is super important. Imagine having billions of pieces of the puzzle put together. Yet there's a missing piece. It's yours. Will the puzzle be complete? Now one is missing, and it's yours. You can begin to learn how to be a global citizen of the universe. You can learn how to be kind. You can learn how to have love and compassion for your fellow man. You can learn how to have patience and tolerance. You will once again discover the laws of the universe exist inside of you. You will start pulling all the negative weeds from your garden inside. You can do this. Yours isn't the first one, nor are you the last one to walk from darkness to light. You see, you aren't alone. How would you like to feel that there's a great coach inside of you? You can actually feel it. It's so familiar. It's a part of you. How about a part of you that's already the universe, and a part of you lives in this world? You have the potential to realize this on a daily basis. In the early 1950s, Roger Bannister ran a sub-4 minute mile. Nobody thought it was possible. Months later, The barrier was broken, and even some high schoolers did this. You have the same potential. There is a precious jewel that lies within you. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Signpost is all around. Just open up your eyes. The story continues. Fellow wizard's advice. This is a story within a story. We all love Harry Potter. Harry was a simple boy, but he was an incredible wizard. Somehow, he knew how to go inside and tap into the miracles of life. But did you know you have the same capabilities? Not turning a stone into a pig, but you can transform yourself from darkness into light. You are a mixture of the two. You can consciously, day by day, become more aware. This story begins in the 4th grade. One day, Ricky, a young boy, wakes up, and he is so excited to be alive, yet his mind is at peace. He has never felt anything quite like this before. For some reason, he is consciously aware of the rhythm of his breath. His breath goes up and down. For some unknown reason, he begins to follow his breath moment by moment. He is astonished by what is happening. The more he is aware of the breath, he notices that something behind his breath is keeping him alive. Over time, he realizes that the entire universe is alive. When he places his mind upon the breath, he feels such a bliss, such a love and compassion for all. He tells his twin brother John about this, and he begins to do the same thing. Over time, he experiences the same unity behind his breath. Mind you, this is the 1950s. It would be considered very odd back then, and probably odd now. Yet, it was simple. No religion or dogma. It's just you are focusing on your breath. You could call it meditation, but people have such weird connotations for the word meditation. For now, let's just call it focusing and going inward. A few of their friends notices the changes in them. Both twins are sort of reluctant to tell them what has happened. Some of them wanted to know more, while the majority could care less. For those who stuck with it, they noticed the mind is a very powerful thing. You can't quite control it. It is said the mind is the most powerful thing in the universe to control. But over time, by focusing on your breath, the mind slowly gets tamed. It's like taming a dragon that's inside of you. Over time, the dragon becomes your closest friend. Before you ever started focusing on your breath, You had no idea on how powerful the mind is. Slowly, one discovers that they came from the stars. All these children knew that they were stardust. You can't quite pinpoint it, but their intuition was coming alive. These children knew that the universe was kind. The universe was full of love and compassion. The universe was patient and tolerant. You see, behind your breath lies the precious jewel of the universe. They also learned how to read and garden within. Somehow, by focusing on their breath, they realized they had negative weeds inside of them. Yet they knew they could pull these negative weeds and plant seeds of goodness. These seeds are the universal laws that created the universe and all of creation. Laws like kindness, happiness, compassion, patience, and on and on and on. These precious laws are a natural state of being. Mankind wears tinted glasses. You can't see the signposts that is all around. Now listen carefully for all the children who have gathered around the campfire. You are the universe. You just don't know it. But you can. With your free will, you can make a conscious decision to discover the jewel within. The kicker is that you can do it and be like the sun and just shine. You don't have to convince or prove it to anybody. Anybody can watch their breath. Yes, it takes practice. It took me about a month to ride a bicycle. My brother just got on one and rode away into the night. Everything you learn took practice. Even learning how to crawl and taking your first steps. There was a learning curve. I know it sounds so simple. It is. This is the greatest hide-and-seek game ever. The universe hides inside of you. Yet you've been told to look outside, not inside of yourself. For thousands of years, man has been looking outside, and what has it accomplished? War and tragedy on earth. If each one of you would put effort into discovering your true nature, this world would change. You see, heaven on earth begins with you. You are the key player. You have an incredible part in the play of life. You are the main character. Your incredible journey is to go from darkness into light. You are the Harry Potters of today. Inside of you lies the great mystery school. The universe is a grand teacher. The more you're in harmony with it, the more wisdom comes your way. You see, darkness can never know the light. Darkness is the absence of light. Go into a dark room, flip the switch, the light appears while the darkness disappears. Darkness and light can't be together. Your true nature is the light. Darkness has been on this land for ever so long. Yet the dawning of man has come. There's a glorious sunrise taking place. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. These are simple tools to use. Remember, if your words are going to put gasoline on the fire, don't say it. Our president needs to hear this. Hesitate for just a second before speaking. If you do, over time, you will master what comes out of your mouth. Words of kindness, compassion, patience, and tolerance will be your spoken word. It's not easy, but you can do it. You are a grand wizard, yet you need practice. These are simple guidelines you can take. We are all in the same boat on this journey of life. We either sink or swim together. Harry would be proud if this message of mastering yourself became the norm. He got bullied a lot, yet didn't take revenge. He was innocent and had a heart of gold. He had nothing to prove. Take this to heart. You are incredible. You have infinite talents. You are eternal. You will never die. Your body will, yet your soul will live forever. You will discover your true nature. How would you like to be like the sun, the moon, and the stars, and still be walking around in a human body? You would just laugh and love life. You would be like the sun. You would simply shine. In that state, you have nothing to prove or convince anybody. Wizard's Handbook. If there is a wizard's handbook, what would it say? You might be fortunate to open the book, and it will be empty, not a chapter in sight. Yet does that mean the joke is on you? Maybe by having no words in the book is telling you something. You can describe truth, but is it truth? You can describe a mango, but is it a mango? Only by eating a mango will you understand what a mango is. You are the universe. You just don't know it would be the central theme. Yet by opening the book, it is blank. Where are all the pages? Where are all the chapters? Where is the table of contents? Where is the index? I'm sure if I hand you the book, you might want to tear it up and throw it on the ground. Who do you think you are? This book is rubbish. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. Yet the words are there. Yet you can't see them. The chapters are there. The table of contents is there. The index is there. What's the problem? You see, only the kind of heart can see. If you come with a huge ego and think, I know all the pages. I know it all. The pages will be blank. As you start on this journey and go inside, this book will slowly reveal to you its precious essence. This book is about your story. It's about your journey of life. It's extremely precious. You are known throughout the universe. Yet, to see the words, they appear slowly in your reading. At first, you may have glimpses of the words. Have you ever stared at a page in a book and the words fade in and fade out? Well, this precious book does the same. It's like this book reflects yourself. The more aware you become, the book reflects back to you. It now knows all about your journey in life. It knows your emotional state. If you're angry, the book has nothing to say. It doesn't respond to anger. It doesn't even know what anger is. Remember, the light doesn't know about darkness. Even if the light said to darkness, show yourself, darkness couldn't do it. The simpler you are in nature, the more the book will reveal itself. And that's why as children, you can learn so quickly and drop your old ways. These old ways were taught by your family, friends, society, and the world at large. You see, common sense is uncommon. The world doesn't believe in the book of knowledge. Even if they could open the book, they would see empty pages. Did you know that you are guided inside? Your wisdom will never harm you or others. Remember, if you ever have any negative thoughts, don't act on them. The universe will never ask for you to prove yourself. The universe is kind. Any negative thought you have is a weed that you can simply pull and never have it return. Yes, you must pull your weeds constantly. This is a given. You must water the soil and take care of your precious garden. You can show the book to others, yet they won't see anything, but you will. You see, the book is quite intelligent and knows who is looking at it. They will look at empty pages, while you will see such wisdom. You see, this is how the book of life works. It's hidden and full of mystery. Only the young at heart can see. Only the children with pure intentions can read and understand the contents of this book. This book lies within you and knows all about you. It contains all the journeys you have ever partaken in, literally trillions of years and beyond. It's like a time capsule. It knows the past, present, and the future. This book is priceless. No amount of money can buy this book, yet it's free. But I say there's a catch. Only the innocent can see. The book knows your state of mind. You can't trick it or force it to reveal itself to you. Many people think that I can outwit this book. Let's say you are 90 years old and you think you can't outwit the universe. Good luck. That's why cunning and trying to get your point of view across will never work. This book is as old as time. It has seen every sort of ways of how people try to manipulate the book. And the book just laughs and has nothing to say. You see, the book doesn't judge you. It won't condemn you. It won't criticize you. The book loves you, yet only by slowly understanding your true nature will the book slowly reveal itself to you. It has been this way ever since the dawning of man. Across the universe, this is the way. Only by being aware of the universe will the book reveal itself. Many people don't think this is real. Many people think that it's a fairy tale. Yet where do the fairy tales come from? There are many tales of where we come from. Some are true and some are false. Yet there is truth behind these tales. Something happened and it became a fairy tale. Truth is stranger than fiction. We live in a world where we have forgotten our true nature, where we came from. Even if you don't believe in reincarnation, who were you before your grandmother was born? You see, you are eternal. You can never die. Your body will. This ancient book knows who you truly are. I hope these are words of wisdom. I hope you will get excited to know this book lies inside of your heart. Wherever you go, the book goes. You see, the book and you are one and the same. There is no difference. Yes, this is an incredible journey. You are a piece of the puzzle. The book inside is your true nature. It's your true essence. Nobody can take that away. It's up to you to open the book and walk on this incredible journey. You see, the spiritual life is the most practical life. You see, the journey is both an external and an internal journey. Good luck on your journey. Remember, you are never alone. One million years from now. Wow, mankind did it. They became a kind man. You wouldn't recognize the change in mankind. War is a thing of the past. Gone are the negative emotions of anger, greed, lust for power. Mankind pulled out all the negative weeds once and for all. Remember the slogan, You are the universe. You just don't know it. Well, mankind does now. Signpost of God is all around you. You just don't see it. Well, society and the world at large sees the signpost all around. It's a glorious day in the universe. Mankind has woke up from their slumber. The hide-and-seek game is over. Mankind is united with the universe. You could say the universe and mankind is one and the same. Can you imagine being the sun, moon, and stars walking around in the human body? Disease is a thing of the past. Mankind can literally live as long as the dragons. Imagine living for 5,000 to 10,000 years. Can you imagine no more conflict, no more bullies, no more crime, no more poverty, no more throwing garbage in the ocean, no more pollution? Mankind has reached a state to solve any problems. There is no us versus them, no more divisions. Each person is recognized as being different, and yet, at the same time, there is unity. You see, their awareness is one. They could only divide and try and control others. How can you do that when you see through the eyes of everyone? Now that's a sight to behold. You see through your eyes, and at the same time, you see through the eyes of others. It took a long time for this to occur. 2012 was a turning point. Many people on Earth at this time didn't know if humanity was going to blow itself up or not. Many people felt that mankind passed the marker where man would ultimately discover the signpost of life. Life was grand. Can you imagine being the greatest source of life? Mankind was in tune with the Earth Gaia. You could say they were one and the same. Talk about changes. In the 20th century, man had no regard for the land. They polluted the entire earth. They were sawing off the branch they were sitting on. Year by year, man changed their ways. Man became tolerant of each other. Man started to listen to one another. Man became kind. Slowly, slowly, mankind woke up from their slumber. The more man woke up, the more the universe would share its secrets. You see, these secrets could be used for good or bad. The keys aren't just given to just anybody. You have to be in alignment with the universe to receive them. Century by century, mankind evolved. Science and religion merged with one another. Meditation was a common occurrence. Mankind discovered the laboratory within. Mankind started to learn how to be in constant meditation 24 hours a day. Mankind was on an inner and external journey. Over time, mankind knew that they came from the stars. They knew they were stars. They had recognition where they came from. Imagine thinking you were orphans and meeting your parents for the first time. Well, this happened to humanity. Slowly, slowly, they came to discover where they came from and to once again communicate with their parents. You see, their parents were always there, but they didn't have the eyes to see. You see, even down to their DNA, the Pleiadians were there. They were the ones who seeded mankind, yet they were hidden until we woke up. This is the game of life. When a civilization becomes mature enough and responsible, you help the universe in the grand game of hide and seek. You help the universe to evolve. What a grand game this is. Throughout history, the great masters have come to talk about the hide-and-seek game. It's only by your free will can you wake up. You are a piece of the puzzle. Well, humanity discovered their piece of the puzzle. The entire puzzle was put together. Granted, it took a very long time, yet for the universe, it's only the blinking of an eye. Can you imagine being one with the quantum energy of light? You can go anywhere in the universe in less than a second. All knowledge will be known. This is how they discovered they were stardust. This is how they discovered their parents never left them. They were there all along, but we couldn't see them. Mankind awoke to thousands of wows. They discovered these truths were always there, but they didn't have the eyes to see. What an incredible day when they woke up from their slumber. Every day, it was like Christmas. Brand new presents were under the tree of life. What can I discover today? What can I create today? You see, life is not boring, but we can be boring. It's a state of mind. Mankind completely changed his thinking. He became a creative force in the universe. He was in tune with the universe. He was in sync with the universe. He was the universe. Wow. Can you imagine that? Well, when mankind did this, the entire universe celebrated. They have waited for this moment for eternity. There's grand parties all throughout the universe. Did you know the planet Earth reached its goals? Well, of course they knew. They were the universe. Yet an incredible event occurred. It was like winning the Super Bowl of life. There were billions of beings helping and assisting mankind on this journey of life. And they did it. They didn't blow themselves up. Wow, what a game of life. They solved the grand puzzle of life. No words can describe the joy in the universe. You see, the entire universe is alive. We just see empty space in the sky, yet the entire universe is conscious and aware. Mankind finally reached the highest levels of the civilization. They pulled out all negative weeds and discovered the universe inside. You could say the universe was proud, just like a mother or father would be proud when you did something incredible. That's my boy, that's my girl. You see, the universe coaches us in life. It is always there on the sidelines. You are never alone. You may think so, but you're not. Imagine the surprise to you and the universe when you wake up. Wow, what a grand celebration. Your coach is ecstatic. See? You see what an incredible game she played? The entire universe roars. Ripples of joy reverberate throughout the universe. It is felt all over the universe. It is a crowning moment in time. Imagine the joy when Buddha enlightened. Wow, the celebrations are still going on. It's like when Roger Bannister ran under the 4-minute mile. People said it couldn't be done. Well, he did it. Soon afterwards, even some high schoolers could do it. Buddha showed it could be done. Now slowly, people are waking up from their slumber. Christ was another great example. He showed humanity the way. The kingdom of heaven lies within. What could be more incredible than that? This is the incredible journey of life. Where will humanity go from here? You will see in the next chapter. You are stardust. Hi kids, let's gather around the campfire. Wow, look at the millions of stars in the sky. Did you know that you are stardust? You came from the stars. Here's the kicker. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Your true nature is kindness. Your true nature is love and compassion. This story begins a long time ago. In fact, millions of years ago. Imagine there was a planet much like Earth. They went through the same craziness that man has gone through. War was rampant throughout the land. Quite frankly, people were good, but the leaders, not so good. They were only interested in power and greed. Yet, your true nature is kindness. Life is like a grand hide-and-seek game. In order for the civilization to truly mature, they must discover the diamond inside. Only by discovering kindness inside will you truly be kind in your life. You can be highly advanced in technology, but if you don't get along with others, you're missing the point in life. Did you know that it takes around 1,000,000 years for an entire civilization to go from darkness to light? That's a long time. Yet in the end, heaven truly comes to earth. Imagine a world where everyone gets along with each other. Imagine being in school and there are no bullies. Nobody will ever pick on you or call you names. This is gone from the culture a long time ago. You see, the kids and adults could literally see the web of all life tying us all together. This web is true love. They had an interesting way to teach one another. They didn't have desks all lined up in rows. The teacher was teaching ahead of the classroom. They taught in nature under a huge tree. There's a huge circle where the kids would sit around. The teacher would slowly teach and walk around the circle. Each day, the kids would move to a different part of the circle, so they would sit beside someone different. This helped prevent cliques. The children loved to learn. They were highly advanced. Can you imagine that every kid knew he was the universe and knew it from experience? She was the sun, moon, and stars walking around in a human body. How would you like to create rainbows in the sky using your hands? Not only that, but each rainbow played an incredible melody. Groups of children would have an orchestra in the sky. We never heard such sweet melody. It's like the universe itself was playing music. In fact, it was. The kids were in tune with the universe. Beethoven would have loved it. Each one of the kids was incredible conductors. Imagine a world where there's no crime, there's no poverty, no lack of food, no illness. You see, once the civilization understands and experiences the laws of the universe, all these problems can be solved. Yes, it takes around 1,000,000 years. Unfortunately, some worlds don't make it. They have a tendency to blow themselves up. You see, we have free will. You can change for the better, or you can destroy yourself. Quite frankly, those are the two options. There's a point where each person decides. Imagine at a certain point your world starts to change dramatically. Slowly, you begin to look transparent, much like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You start to be more multidimensional in nature. You are no longer physical. You have become pure energy in nature. Now the fun comes. Imagine going anywhere in the universe in less than a second. How's that for a cosmic ride? Talk about a roller coaster ride. You and your friends can go anywhere in less than a second. Imagine the entire knowledge of the universe is inside. What does that mean? It means as a kid, you are extremely wise. You are not limited. You don't have to learn your ABCs. You have a PhD from the universe. You are wise. beyond belief. This is your true nature. You are wise and kind. You have learned that without kindness, you never can be wise. Nature only gives her secrets when you are kind. Nature is not a bully or mock one another. Here's the kicker. You still are an individual, yet at the same time, you are one with the universe. Now, that's a paradox. Imagine a cosmic soup. It has many different ingredients, yet you can't take out a certain ingredient. We are talking about quantum energy. Boy, Einstein would have loved this. Imagine in his mind, he created those theories. How would it be if he had the capability to imagine them in his mind at the same time, practically becoming the experiment? Imagine E equals mc squared. He can go from mass to pure energy and back to mass again. Now, that would be exciting. Inside of you lies the laboratory of life. Imagine all sorts of incredible inventions would be developed. When a civilization lines itself with the universe, all sorts of incredible inventions will happen. You see, nature will trust you. In our present day world, we let the genie out of the bottle. We create nuclear bombs. Now we have a threat that we can destroy the entire world. We don't know how to put the genie back inside the bottle. The only way out of this creation is to find the jewel inside. It's been there the entire time. Remember, you are a piece of the puzzle.